James Poovey here from the Epic Sports Network. We are just days away from the Polish Bowl this Saturday, featuring the Warsaw Mets and the Bialystok Lowlanders. I'm pleased now to be joined by quarterback Cameron Yowell from the Bialystok Lowlanders. Cam, great to visit with you again. As always, my friend, we're going to broadcast the game live for the English language folks right here on the Epic Sports Network. But give us a breakdown of your season. You guys started out a little bit rough, but you know what? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And you guys are really seem to be peaking at the right time.
Yeah. So we're playing the Eagles in the finals, not the Mets. We played the Mets to finish the regular season. We beat them twice this year. That was actually the ticket that we needed to punch to get into the playoffs. Still an important match, but anyway, it's been just an absolute wild ride of a season. Starting from 0-3 and then coming back, running the table to the position that we're at now. It's just an incredible story, and we're hoping to finish it off this weekend.
What was the message from Coach during the season to keep you guys motivated? Let's face it, a lot of teams, when you have a rough start, some of those guys, they'll just hang it up and say, well, maybe this is not our year. Maybe we'll get them next year. Maybe we don't have the guys to compete with the rest of the league. What was the message from your team throughout the season to really keep you guys motivated and keep you just fighting that good fight?
Yeah, well, the thing that we had to focus on most was just making sure we took everything just one game at a time. We don't want to look too far into the future. The thing that's most important is the next game. And that was always the motto and the attitude for the rest of the season, because we didn't know what was going to happen. All we knew is as long as we played our best football, we continue to fight, play physical, and take it one game at a time, we knew some magic could happen, and sure enough it did. And it's an incredible story. We just got to finish the last chapter here.
Talk about some of the weapons that you have on offense here as we take a look at some of the highlights from the regular season. How have those guys helped your offense and really helped you score points when it mattered the most?
Yeah, it's been great. So I've been thankful to get some guys back from injury and also retirement from the team last year. So we have number 13, Tomek Zakrycki. He's our deep threat, big body receiver. We have Eric Kowski, the tight end, came out of retirement. Seba, our receiver, to start the season, he broke his collarbone the first game. Finally is healthy, and he's catching touchdown passes. So it's great to finally have a bunch of experienced guys out there who can catch the ball and do their job and whatnot. It's been great. Credit to these guys for just making plays and making me, look good on film. So,
talk to us about your defense. You always hear the moniker defense wins championships. How big could your defense be this Saturday in the Polish Bowl?
Our defense is going to be absolutely huge. We had some huge defensive changes that came through at the midseason mark. So our initial import, Keenan, he got injured after game 3. He had to go get put on injured reserve for the rest of the season. We had to go sign a new American, and we signed Kobe Campbell, who played all over Europe. He played in Germany, played in the Netherlands, played in Finland, also played in the X League in Japan. He's a Duke alum. And he came in, joined. He's an absolute monster on the field. So far, he's been just a defensive wrecking force for the entire league. And every game that he's played, we actually haven't lost. So that's exciting. We're excited to be in the Super Bowl, the Polish Bowl. But we also got some other good guys coming back too. Our D-line, our whole front seven is much stronger than it was to start the season. And we had guys come back, like I said, from retirement. We got one of our shutdown corners that came back from retirement. It's when we got to that point of 0-3, a lot of guys that were former members of the team or just fans of the team just really were not happy, and they wanted to come and do something about it. So sure enough, here we are.
Tell us about that often forgot third of a football team in the special teams unit. Those guys can be difference makers game to game as well. Talk about some of those folks.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the guys that are on our special teams are some of our offensive weapons. So our punter is Zuber, number 13, who's our number 1 receiver right now. And then is our kicker, number 4. He's probably the best kicker in the league. And it's been just a blessing to have him back because he was out with a collarbone injury. But now he's back. He's healthy, running routes, catching the ball, and kicking field goals. So they've been absolute studs. And then, our returners, we kind of had a carousel of returners from Philippe to Yowell to we got a bunch of different guys back there, but they've done a great job. We haven't broken one for a touchdown just yet. We've had some big games, so it's a third of the game. It's very important. and we're just looking to fine-tune that and get ready for Saturday.
Cam, you've had your family over there in Poland joining you as well sporadically throughout the season. How much fun has that been, and how important has their support been to you during this journey this season?
Oh, it's been great to have them here. But my mom and dad, they came out for the game in Krakow, the first playoff game. So it was great to have them both there and have them see the first playoff win. My mom, when she came out earlier in the season, she didn't have a chance to watch us win a game because that's when we were in our dry streak. But super blessed to have them out here, to have their support, not just from those two, but also my extended family, my brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, all back home in the U.S. I know they're watching and cheering me on, and it's a great feeling knowing that you've got so many people behind you supporting you in what you're doing. It's been great, and I hope to make everybody proud this weekend.
No doubt they'll be cheering you on right here on the Epic Sports Network on Saturday. Tell us about this final week of preparation going into the championship game. Has the intensity been turned up a little bit? Has there been a little bit different message to coach saying, hey, you know what? We got to let it all hang out on Saturday because this is it. There is no tomorrow.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we always take everything one game at a time. I think every game is important. So if you approach every game like it's your last, things don't really change that much. So for me personally, this is the last game of the regular season, but I've approached every game the same. My preparation is very, fine-tuned. I'm watching my film. I'm eating healthy. I'm hitting the weights. Just everything that I need to do that's necessary. I think sometimes if you change too much of your normal routine, it'll throw you off. You overhype a game too much in your head, it might throw you off your normal rhythm. So for me, obviously, this is just it's another game. It's a very important one, that's for sure. But nothing's really changed too much. I think everybody knows sort of, the expectations. We're underdogs in this game, but it doesn't matter to us. We're going to come out and we're going to fight. They haven't played the team that we have together right now. We played them twice in the regular season, but they haven't played us at full strength, that's where we're at now. So.
Speaking of watching film, you talk about the Warsaw Eagles. What kind of challenges do they present to you guys there at the Lowlanders, and what is it going to take to get over the hump in this championship game?
Yeah, they're a great team. Offensively, they've thrown the ball all over the yard. They've got a bunch of points that have been put on the board through the air. They got some really good receivers. Their O-line is great. I know a lot of the coaches there, and a lot of the former players were on my team last year. They've just got a lot of talent, and defensively they're very sound, fundamentally sound. They've got some great players in their secondary. They've got great players in their front seven. At the end of the day, this game's just going to come down to who wants it more. They're an incredibly talented team, but it's going to be a tough challenge. But it's going to be 90 degrees and rainy and humid and nasty. So we're going to see who battles it out to the end, and hopefully the best team will win.
Every season in this game of football that we love is different. The team is different. You got a different group of guys. You have a lot of guys that might stay around, may have been from years past, maybe guys that have come back. But what would winning this championship on Saturday mean to this group for the Bialystok Lowlanders?
Wow, a championship this season would be history. First of all, no team has ever started 0-3 and won the championship, let alone make the playoffs. No team in this league has ever won 3 championships in a row. So that's two things right there. This team is very resilient. The biggest thing I think I love about this team is the fact that it feels like a family. Everyone is from Bialystok. It's not a imported team where half the team comes from this city, another half comes from that city, and so on and so forth. Everybody's from this city. Every weekend we're all hanging out. When we don't have bye weeks, I guess, or when we do have bye weeks, obviously we're hanging out when we got games and whatnot. But yeah, it's just the camaraderie, the family unit. The players on this team, they fight for one another and they don't give up. And that's the attitude, that's the type of team atmosphere that I want to be a part of. And it's just been an incredible experience to go from the bottom and now to the top and have a chance to really come up on top of the whole season. So.
Cam, it's not really cliche to say the best teams have the tightest bond both on and off the field, and no doubt you guys are a tight-knit group there in Bialystok. We look forward to the game on Saturday, the Polish Bowl 19, coming your way right here on the Epic Sports Network. We're going to be on the air at 7:15 a.m. Pacific time, 10:15 a.m. Eastern time, and that'll be late afternoon over there in Bialystok, or in Warsaw, I should say. And we're looking forward to the game. Good luck on Saturday, and we appreciate your time. And we look forward to catching up with you again in the very near future, Cam. Thanks a lot for your time today.
Awesome. Thank you so much.